Hi, this is Kim with www.embody-light.com. And if you have not done so, please hit the subscribe button and like button. So today's video is just going to be really quick answering a viewer question. Somebody wanted to know if a soul can be forced to reincarnate. So this kind of goes with the last couple videos I made where I'm talking about the oversoul. So refer back to that. But the oversoul basically is a accumulation. It's your soul, your higher self, but it's an accumulation of all your experiences. And as I explained in one of my last videos, imagine like a circle with an accumulation of several different lifetimes. Every lifetime in there is a circle, and you can have up to 8 at one time. And the objective of the oversoul is balance and completion. So this is kind of a loaded question. Can you be forced into it? Not really, but your oversoul, if you, yes, you can, but they can't force you, but your oversoul wants to complete that experience for balance. So because you can have up to 8 incarnations at one time, your oversoul, even if this person had already been deceased, your oversoul would send out another person to complete, or another being to complete that person. A new person would be born. So I'm going to tell you about a video that I watched. It just showed up in my feed on YouTube the other day, and it was about a near-death experience. And I can't link it here or tell you where it was because I don't know. I didn't pay that much attention to it. But what happened was this woman had died, and she had had a challenging life. And once she saw how much peace there was on the other side and how she was connecting with loved ones that had already transitioned, she did not want to come back, and she was arguing with them. And they tried showing her, well, this needs to happen, this needs to happen, and she's still refusing. Well, then finally they showed her, they said, okay, you don't have to come back, but this is what will occur. They showed her an infant baby girl. And what they told her was that because you didn't complete the mission, a new child would be born from this oversoul, a new personality, and it would come in. She would come in and complete the mission, but she would still have to go through all of the things this lady who did not want to come back was going through. All the assaults and different things she went through that were like training to lead her on her journey to what she was supposed to accomplish. So because she didn't accomplish this goal, the soul would send out the oversoul would send out another incarnation to accomplish the goal. The lady then realized that this poor child, which would be part of her from her oversoul, would have to go through all of the things she'd already been through and maybe more. And so it would have just been kind of almost stepping back in time and letting it play out through another experience. And once she understood that, and she understood that she was over the majority of the trauma, she did decide to come back and turned her life around and was doing much better. So here's the other point I want to make. Earth is ascending to a fifth density planet. So that means there's going to be much more light. It's not the same things are going to be going on. We are in a transition period right now where you're seeing a lot of people just waking up and acting out their traumas. But by the time a new soul comes back, and I've had this asked with other readings. Somebody that had transitioned, they wanted to know it was a boyfriend or a husband because he'd had a really hard time in this life and did some things that he wasn't proud of, if he would have to come back. The answer I got was yes, because the mission was not completed, but keeping in mind when he does come back, this is going to be a fifth density planet, and it's not going to be the same trauma. Now, there are other planets that are third density that some beings will go to after this. It depends on the amount of light quotient you have built up. So I hear there's termed a hell planet, and I don't know if it's just like Earth, but these are for the people, the souls that have died that are not rehabilitable. So, probably murderers, rapists, people that harm children, people that commit crimes against humanity, that um, don't ever ascend and turn things around. They will be going to that planet to experience the things, everything they put another person through. So, and it's for spiritual growth. Everybody ascends, but it's just when are you going to ascend? And so the other point I want to make quick is that with us, and I was right there with everybody, it's like, and I do know this is my last life. I don't have to come back unless I want to. But by us holding that, those feelings, those understandings, those, because if it's a feeling, it's really strong with an emotional intensity to it. The more we say and talk like that, we're not contributing to helping the ascension of this planet. All we can do is do our part, the part we're supposed to do, and we can't be responsible for other people. It's just not it's just not our problem. So if you've got other people in your life that are making you feel inadequate and that kind of thing, it's probably because they have not woken up and have not ascended, and you represent such a threat to them, to whatever belief system they had, that they're going to reject you and make things really difficult. That's what happens a lot of times in this lifetime. So, and it's really seemed like a thankless job because a lot of us are here doing the work so that our children and our grandchildren and future generations do not have to experience this. We're ending centuries of dysfunction, is what we're doing in this lifetime. And so it's not always understood by other people, and it can make it really challenging here. Um, I channeling with Mother Mary, Mother of Yeshua. The what I get is just be at peace and let it be. It will all play out as it needs to. But don't be making plans of what you're going to do after this lifetime, because you can actually limit your experience. So, with that being said, and this, like I said, it was just going to be a real quick video to answer the question. I love you all. Have a blessed day. My website is www.embody-light.com. I do psychic readings, hypnotherapy, sound healing, Reiki, twin flame work, all kinds of different things. And so come and check it out. One of the things I do that I want to mention that might be really beneficial to somebody wondering that is we can do a session. It's called the incoming soul technique. And what we do is it's a deep meditation and a regression back to the planning stages before you came into this lifetime. So you can be brought back into time to see what it was that you were choosing and why you chose it. And sometimes that can help everything to shift. I know it's hard for a person to even ask that question. That just tells you that they're having a really hard time coming to terms with what's happened and integrating it all. But I'll tell you, once you do it, once you get on with it, which sounds easier said than done, you're finally free. So, key here is taking your power back and forgiveness, because you're not forgiving the other person for them so they get off, scot free or whatever. That's how I always felt. What you're doing is you're altering the energy because whenever there's been a situation that's not healed or is unclear, a part of your energy stays with that person in that situation, and so therefore you're not as powerful as you could be. So I love you all. Have a blessed day. And my website is www.embody-light.com. Bye bye. See you soon.